It's the smallest planet in the solar system and the closest to the Sun. These images are from the first flyby of the BepiColombo mission to learn more about Mercury.
So we have the spacecraft in the foreground. The biggest feature is the boom of a magnetometer catching plenty of sunlight. But this is part of the northern hemisphere of the planet, and what caught my eye when I first saw this was this area here. It's known to us as the Rothery Plains. It's quite smooth. It's been flooded by lavas relatively recently because there aren't many craters on top of it. 3 o'clock in the morning I woke up to an email saying the first pictures are overexposed, and they were, and we worked quite hard to bring out some detail, but then these came down, and this is a lovely picture. We've got the spacecraft antenna in the foreground, and that's a solar panel, but here's Mercury behind it, and the recognisable features that we knew from the previous NASA mission which had orbited, as we will do eventually. And we can see sunlit here, an escarpment where one tract of terrain's been thrust over another. At the moment, what we know is that we don't understand Mercury. We've had a flyby mission, we've had an orbiter mission, both by NASA. This is the first European and Japanese mission. We'll get all kinds of compositional data, all kinds of spatial detail. We'll be able to measure slopes, we'll get pictures in stereo. We're getting X-ray maps of the surface with a British-led instrument on board. We'll get a whole wealth of data about this planet.
In a nearby room, the rest of the OU team's been mapping Mercury's surface, ready for the mission to enter a stable orbit in 2025.
There are certainly many features that I want to explore further with better data. One of them, if you don't mind me showing you an example, is this specific crater. It's interesting for a number of reasons. It's quite fresh, it's about 50 kilometres. It's got these 2 lobate deposits here. These are lobate ejected deposits, 2 distinct lobes. And this is one that I'm actually getting to name, which I'm really excited.
Yeah, so talk me through this. This has no name at the moment, and you're applying to name it.
Yes, exactly.
After who?
I'm naming it after, hopefully getting to name it after Mary Brooksbank. She was from Aberdeen, lived most of her life in Dundee. Incredible activist, Scottish singer and poet, and just an all-round great woman. The longer I look at this, the more interesting things I find and the more confusing it gets.
There'll be 5 more flybys to slow the probes down before they start sending detailed pictures and data in just over 4 years' time. Richard Westcott, BBC Look East, at the Open University in Milton Keynes.